All right, so let's watch this video and then we can talk about it. It's Corey was talking. This is one of the first videos that I saw that I was like, interesting.
Tia got my back, you know, to the grave. So I know she's with me and she knows I'm with her. And that's just, you know, everything's not perfect. You know, marriage is work.
And that's
marriage is work. I'm not here.
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm not gonna be here like, you know, everything is raw. Tia got my back, you know, to the grave. So I know she's with me and she knows I'm with her. And that's just, you know, everything's not perfect. You know, marriage is work.
And that's
marriage is work. I'm not here.
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm not gonna be here like, you know, everything is raw. Tia.
This was the first, before she actually filed for divorce. I saw this video because I was a fan. I'm still a fan. I think they removed them from TV now. There was a show called The Black Love, right? And you have all these couples. The reason why I like to watch such shows is because I'm reading beyond just people's words. Again, it's very easy for people to talk, you know. It's very easy for people to talk, but their body language speaks much more louder. Their actions speak louder than their words, you know. And even after watching that clip right there, I still had, you know. But anyway, we're still talking about Mowry, the American actress, a child star, sister, right? Who was also part of the show The Game, which is also one of my favorite sitcoms of all time. I watched The Game when The Game was on TV as well. But she divorced 14 years into her marriage. She left her marriage. And since then, she's been crashing out badly. Now she has a TV show. So she's using the story to make money. So I guess she's healing publicly, hopefully privately. She's doing the work necessary. But Corey hasn't said much outside of he's cried himself to sleep every night before he could actually move on. He's now working. And he would never say anything crazy. He would never throw Tia under the bus because it's all love. You know, it's all love. But you could see Corey in this video before there was ever divorce. There was a certain conduct here. We cannot use any one video to determine the fate of a relationship. We just can't. But it can be a signal. If you do enough of that behavior, yes, it can lead to a crashed marriage. You feel what I'm saying? So it's very important that we note that. Now, I want to read some of that comments to that video right there. He was getting cut off. And I was like, let me finish, right? Now, people getting cut off is something that people don't like at all in general, right? People really, really despise. But when people struggle with getting cut off and it gets them very emotional, it makes me also question their abilities when it comes to emotional intelligence. Because the reality is when you're engaged in a conversation with other people, they will cut you off sometimes. And it's okay to say, let me finish. It's absolutely okay. But I think people are also reading the body language of Tia. Seemed like she was completely thrown off with that behavior. It seems like she was like completely caught off guard. She wasn't too comfortable. It was like she wanted to jump out of her own body in that moment. So I think a lot of people are also matching that. But we're going to read that comment in a second here. Uncle Patrick says, leaving is different from cleaving. If you don't cleave, you will be separated and would eventually leave. Another angle. So many angles, right? Public healing is not so great because people will judge, criticize, and drag the hell out of you. Chinye, that's so true. That's so true. I have Uncle Beno here. So Corey has moved on. Let's Tia go find our Mr. Perfect in peace. To her. Anyway, I hope that Corey feels the same way. Because if he doesn't feel the same way, now then I just public talk with that too. Because sometimes a man will be doing everything to. He actually said sometimes last year that he was fighting, that he's gonna fight to get his family back. That's not a man that feels the same way you feel, Uncle Beno. But I get it. We're not the one inside of the marriage, Shabby. Uncle Beno said that Tia gets on my nerves with her sorry ass story for the gods. Why is that your take on this? Jeez. All right. Yeah. So there's some of the comments in that video. Let me finish. And Tia was like, huh? Let me play it again, then I'll read some of those comments.
Got my back, you know, to the grave. So
don't forget, what he's saying is that I know she has my back. Those words are powerful, but are they as powerful as your body language? That's what I wanted to pay attention to here.
Oh, she's with me, and she knows I'm with her. And that's just, you know, everything's not perfect. You know, marriage is work.
And marriage
is work.
I'm
is. Not here.
Go ahead, sorry.
I'm not gonna be here like, you know, everything is bro. Tia got my back, you know, to the grave. So I know she's with me.
Tia got my back, and she said, But why you shut me off like that? That's what her body language was saying. But anyway, somebody said, I don't like no one talking over me, so I guess I'm controlling too. So people are in the comments saying he's controlling. They can smell it, that this guy must be controlling. And this person, a woman, said, I don't like no one talking over me, so I guess I'm controlling too. That's a sarcastic statement. Sarcastic statements are the devil. So we're gonna leave it at that. Anyway, the way the person is basically trying to say, I don't think he was controlling. Good, nice point. The another person, the way he instantly looked mean, that is a snippet of how he actually was in their marriage. Notice how she strung herself. She went into like a shell. You can see her body language. Notice how she strung herself after the side eye. Don't be fooled, folks. Tia is now speaking out in ways that were previously unknown to her. That's the lashback. That's the part that maybe we don't want to pay attention to, right? She feels free for the first time. Is it good for her? Not necessarily, but let's just call it what it is. She feels free for the first time in maybe 15, 16 years, maybe 20 years. When I say pay attention to beyond just, but I'm right, let's just speak what it is. Or you pay attention to beyond that. Words have meanings and they are very important. But beyond that, we speak, the language we speak is more so body language. And you might not be aware of it. The next person to you is picking up the vibes more so than your words. But you know I love you. Yeah, I know. But they don't feel that. They don't feel that. So she's speaking out for the first time in 15, 20 years. And then we are surprised. She should just go back inside and pretend that those last 15 years did not exist. Confusion. Don't be fooled, folks. Tia is now speaking out in ways that were previously unknown to her. There is a reason why she's proud of herself for getting a divorce. She chose to be happy. You can disagree with her, but I want you to pay attention to not more so of you right or wrong. Just pay attention to the fact that, yes, the person you're married to may be going through things that you don't mean any harm. But what they are receiving is not what your intentions are. Just being able to acknowledge that goes a long way. It's called self-awareness. It's called social intelligence. It's called emotional intelligence. So now you feel some type of way. Everything you've done, how dare that person not appreciate you and be saying that you were mean to them and you were controlling? See, you're not checking your own emotions. That's the first step in emotional intelligence. Just check your own emotions for a second. We'll come back to it. The person that you value so much that you want to stay married to, what could they be feeling when they're expressing their point of contention, right? Or when they say something that completely shocked you, took you out, like you're like, but that was never my intentions. What would make them receive you in a manner that wasn't your intentions? That's a question that you need to answer if you don't want to be arguing with your own destiny. On this clip, somebody said on this clip, he sounded like the character he played on Divorce in the Black. Somebody said it is all energy, and no, she isn't the problem. See, it's very easy to look at how she's behaving in public and call it she was the problem. That's the easy part. Try something a little bit harder. Try something a little bit harder as a possibility, because we don't know what we don't know, right? Somebody said she's so much happier without him. Jesus. Lord have mercy. So I've always said that his low energy was going to weigh on her big bubbly personality. That is a big deal. You might have a wife that's just like, and then you have a tendency to like, calm down. That calm down, eventually you're going to pray that you get that calm down back. That bubbly thing, you're going to be praying to you be hungry for it, and it'll be long gone. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm saying this is the fault of many men. I don't know their personal story, but this is what a lot of men are going through. This is why they are arguing with their destiny, right? Even women. Some women were like, and then somebody was saying a story on TikTok earlier today. It was like, oh, he suddenly changed. Like, he suddenly changed. No, you suddenly realize he's changed. You have not paid attention for a long time to your husband. There's no such thing as suddenly. And of course, if you feel like it's suddenly, if I tell you it's not suddenly, you will argue with me. You'll be arguing with your destiny. You know? So anyway, that's that with that. Let me see if there's any comments in the chat, and then we'll talk about it. Let's see. Yeah, let me address some of these comments. Uncle Beno says Tia knew she blew it and she's regretting her decisions big time. Okay. Uncle Beno goes on to say, come online every time looking for trauma bonding partners. I'm sorry, I don't buy into her BS one bit. All right. Let's see. Mr. EE says Tia will be all right eventually. Divorce is hard and even harder when it's in the eyes of the public. Yes. TA is talking to Uncle Beno, says, I don't believe she's regretting her decision. She wears her shoes and knows where it hurts. Just because she's going through mourning the death of her marriage doesn't mean she dropped the ball. Divorce is hard. Okay. Uncle Beno says, I got you, sis. However, it's obvious she misses her husband and desperately wanted him back. All she's got to do is apologize to him and get back together. Period. Tia says, I don't believe it's a matter of apologizing and going back. Does she miss her husband? Absolutely. Does she want to go back? Not necessarily, especially if he's not trying to. That's a good point, Chia. But I want to leave it at that. That's a comment. Trying to change what he was doing that was not okay with her in the first place. Yeah. You know, she will reflect. I think letting her go is the first step to getting her back. I think he's the one that more so wants her back. I think she has coconut head. She's done. And I think she knows the difference between missing her husband and not wanting what she used to have back. I think that's a struggle for us men to calculate until we hit rock bottom. I think we don't really get that. Like, how can you miss him and then you can't go back and apologize? Or it's like a disconnect, you know. I get it. We'll continue the conversations. I just want to round this up really quickly. Uncle Ben, how did you know all this? You sound so absolute as if you're living with them. Wahala. Jim came out of nowhere. Uncle Beno says, I will take her back so far she's in a better place psychologically. Wahala. Uncle Patrick says our background plays a big role in our marriage. We need wisdom to understand where your partner is coming from before you begin to accuse each other. That's a good point, Uncle Patrick. I appreciate you, sir, for being here today. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Okay, we have to talk a little bit more about Tia. Tia is not done. Uncle Beno thought she was done. No. She is not done. All right, I'll be right back.
Hey, Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve.